Wake up, feel the light, a brand new day in sight. Conversations that uplift, setting your dreams alight. Mindset shifts, empowering quotes, fueling your fire, keeping you afloat. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is value, giving you more. Join the conversation, every word counts. Motivation matters in large amounts. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is value, giving you more. Join the conversation, every word counts. Motivation matters in large amounts. Uplifting chats, start your day, guiding you gently, showing the way. Empowering words, a soothing balm. In our platform, find your calm. Mindset shift, embrace the change. Stay inspired, let your goals arrange. Daily motivation, your daily lift. You got this, embrace the gift. Hashtag shift, embrace the change. Stay inspired, let your goals arrange. That's the daily motivation, your daily lift. You got this, embrace the gift. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is value, giving you more. Join the conversation, every word counts. Motivation matters in large amounts.
Welcome to the conversation.
Welcome to the conversation. Motivational date night.
With Pastor Seon, Gregory Gomes, Rodney and Apostle J.D. Persad.
Humanity over spirituality. Our love language is value.
Hello, sir. Please can you tell us about the Conversation Motivational Platform?
The Conversation Motivational Platform, our love language is value. A platform care to follow your pain to bring about a change.
Please tell us more.
A platform to help you find your sweet spot, gain your momentum. A platform that cater for suicide, depression, and loneliness.
Okay, great. Thank you. Now you know, so tell someone about this platform. God bless you.
Can you tell me a little about yourself?
Yes.
What is your sweet spot?
My sweet spot is value.
What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I love dancing and meeting new people.
What is your favorite color? What are your favorite moments?
Favorite color is blue. My favorite moments is motivating others.
What motivates you every day?
I am motivated every day by helping someone to move from zero to hero.
You have any hobbies or interests outside of work?
Yes. I enjoy podcast, motivational speaking, spending time with family.
What's something people might be surprised to learn about you?
People will be surprised to know that I know how to cook.
How do you usually handle stress or pressure?
I handle stress and pressure by losing for positive outcome.
Do you prefer working alone or in a team?
I prefer working with a team.
Who has been the biggest influence?
My biggest influence in my life, my little sister Janet and my big brother Travis.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Guyana.
What's a personal achievement you're proud of?
I am proud of being the visionary of the Conversation Motivational Platform.
Feeling stuck in the same loop? It's time to shift your mindset, one conversation at a time. Welcome to Conversation Global Network, your daily destination for motivation, empowerment, and real talk that moves you. Whether you need a quick mindset reset, an empowering quote, or just someone to remind you that you've got this, we're here. Because every word counts, every thought matters, and every day is a chance to grow. Log on now to conversationglobalnetwork.com and start your daily dose of motivation. Don't just scroll, elevate. Our love language is value.
things that have to bear the condensation that will bring out of you what you need to be because of what comes with it.
Welcome to The Conversation, where words have power to unite us all. Are you passionate about literature? Do you find solace and inspiration within the pages of a book? Then we invite you to join our global community of readers in our Conversation Book Club. Whether you're in Guyana or anywhere else in the world, our book club offers a space of meaningful dialogue, discovery, and connection. Together, we explore the depths of storytelling, share insight, and celebrate the beauty of diverse perspectives. Led by Pastor Seon Rodney and Pastor J.D. Prasad, our book club fosters an environment of respect, empathy, and understanding. They invite you to join them on this enriching journey. To become a part of our vibrant community, simply reach out to Pastor Seon Rodney at 678-770-0430 or Pastor J.D. Prasad at 592-662-9844. Let's embark on a shared adventure through the world of literature, because in the Conversation Book Club, every voice matters.
Good night, each and everyone. Welcome to the Conversation Motivational Hour with yours truly, SGGR Seon Gregory Gomes Rodney. Welcome our tribe, welcome our community, and welcome our village. You on to the August platform with tonight program with design with you in mind. Yes, you on to the trusted platform where our love language is value. Our sweet spot is value. Our mantra is value. We believe in the reciprocal nature of value, where you value you and you value us, and together we value each other. With that being said, within the penthouse, we value you. Under the bridge, we value. Have money, no money in the bank, we value. Meaningfully and gainfully employed or not, we value. Whether you're happy or sad, we value. Whether you married or divorced, we value. Whether you're single, we value you. And we believe that you still have value to give and you still have value to receive. There is a way of hope that is coming to you in terms of giving value. You may say, what kind of value do I have to give? Your smile, it's a value that can be a rainbow in someone's sky. Your laughter can be a value that can be warm to someone's heart. You still have much of value to receive. What value can you receive? A hug. You can receive a shake hand. You can receive a word of affirmation. So we all have value to give and we have value to receive. So that is our love language and our mantra of this August platform. And to all the affiliates, the Conversational Motivational Date Night, the Conversation Motivational Hour, the Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat, the Conversational Zero to Hero TV family, a Conversation Together We Rise ministry, the Conversation Small Merchandise Craving, the Conversation Global Network. With that being said, welcome as you keep with them Awara Umber Beast, Caribbean country, Caribbean islands, South America, North America, Latin America, Central America, continent of Asia, in Africa. Despite of your ethnicity, despite of your color, despite of your creed, despite which side of the divide you find yourself, either being a critical thinker or a casual thinker, you are still valued. With that being said, tonight, I just want to let you know that you are almost at the place to receive what to be endowed with tonight, and the place of celebrating your birth month. Happy birth month to you. At the place of celebrating an anniversary. Happy anniversary to you. At the place of celebrating the purchasing of the new home. Congratulations to you. At the place of celebrating the increase in salary. Congratulations to you. Bring the bundle of joy into this world. Congratulations to you. Also at this juncture, our sympathy and empathy go to those who have lost a loved one in this time and go through the time of bereavement. We want to let you know that we are a part of our prayers and we are part of the mourners bench. And not forgetting at this juncture who have great expectation of this very moment of opportunity in this opportune time. We want to let you know you deserve a bow, you deserve a wave, you deserve that this moment would not pass you idle by. With that being said, I want to let you know that tonight we're dealing with the topic, you cannot or no time by time. You cannot at no time by time. And that is our theme, our topic for tonight. You cannot at no time by time. And disclaimer 101, you may hear an accent coming from me, and you may want to know, where is this accent coming from? I will answer that question frontally. I was born in the country called Guyana. I was born in the city, which is the capital city, Georgetown, and I am from La 21 Winkle Road, but most of my upbringing, most of my broad topsy, most of my learned behavior and inherent behavior came from a place named Liverpool. So to conclude it, I'm a Georgetownian, you am Sadami, and a Liverpoolian. So that's where my accent comes from. So to those who are inquiring where I am from, but now you may want to know where am I residing. I'm residing in the United States of America, in one of the greatest states I normally say where God lives, and that is in Atlanta, Georgia. With that being said, you cannot buy time. And being the reason I lay the preambles to let you know where I'm from and the different part of Guyana that I'm from, and I'll have to touch and had to do with a part of my life and my learning curve and the learning mechanism. We understand that in our culture, in a different part of Guyana, sometimes we use it that I'm buying time. And we grew up with that culture to believe that you can really buy time. But I understand sometimes in the context which it's been used, but in the realistical nature, you and I cannot buy time. We are not the owner of time. We are not the owner of time. I wanted to say enforceably tonight that we are not the owner of time. But once again, Guyanese being a part of South America, the largest English-speaking country in the South America, we sometimes of the context and culture, we were taught and we try to believe that we can buy time. And in some contexts, it's an understanding to let them believe that yes, you can buy time. You cannot buy time. But what we call in the context of the thought, and we got to develop some thesis here tonight of what is false and what is real, even though it is contextual. A postponer always feel in that context that you are buying time. A delay mechanism in that context make ones feel that they can buy time. I'm going over again for the note takers. Being, as I said, the largest English-speaking country in the Caribbean, being a part of the different part of Guyana, and even sometimes we embody the trade and thought in the diaspora representing the Caribbean country. Sometimes being a postponer, we think that we can buy time. Being a delay mechanism, we feel that we can buy time. No one can buy time. And I'm making it lucidly clear in the context of realistical nature. No one can buy time. It's a wrong sense of teaching, a wrong sense of belonging that you and I have the ability to buy time. Delaying mechanism, being a postponer, never guarantee you and will never be a security that you have bought time. No one had ever bought time, because time is a currency with no exchange. Time is always against humanity because humanity does not have the control of time. Time are going regardless you like it or not. You cannot able to pay any form of coin. You cannot play any form of note. You cannot do any form, of deed to buy time. Once again, no form of coin, no form of note, no form of deed to buy time. Time is time, and time will continue to run concurrently whether we like it or not. And being a pastor, being a leader, being a youth advocate, being a chaplain, being a mentor, I want to let you know the Bible says, let a man number his days that his heart may incline to wisdom, because it comes into what we call chronologically numbering. It's important for us to number our days. What you're numbering your days, a day is made up of time. A day is made up of time. A day is made up of time. We are all chronicling 24 hours, of the day. And the day is made up of time. And therefore, from the onset, time is always a factor that will run concurrently. The only time has been subjected and time was paused for the cause, for the note taker, because I'm on the world web, I'm on social media, I'm speaking to the world, I'm speaking to Bible Mogul and Bible Geek, and I know you will come for me, but I will not see anything if I cannot come to the book. So you may say, yes, there was one occasion that time was suspended, and I'm coming to the book, I'm meeting you at your physiological studies, I'm meeting you at the biblical studies, I understand you pay, you develop your thesis and so forth. Let me come for the only time it was suspended is when Joshua commanded the sun to stand still. Time was just the only moment, and that wasn't controlled by Joshua. I wanted to make it lucidly clear. When Joshua commanded the sun to stand still, Joshua still not had the control over time. As a matter of fact, time was concurrently running, but the nature that is responding to time was suspended. Again, let me make it lucidly clear. Joshua had no control over the time, but the nature that run concurrently with time was suspended, and the sun stood still. So therefore, none man under the form of humanity have control over time. How do we understand how time was chronicled? Let's go to the onset. God said on the first day, on the second day, on the sixth day, he also was chronicling time, a chronicling event that fit into time. So we understand from the preambles, from the onset, from the beginning, the pictogram of God painting the picture, how he fit perfectly into time. God left us to understand that he can be unchallenged. Oh yes, he can be unchallenged, and because he's unchallenged, he didn't leave us with vague ideas. He didn't leave us with a vague pictogram in such that we are trying to struggle to put the pieces together. But we understand from the onset how he fit himself into time, and time is God and God is time. He does not subject to time, but he fit himself into time to meet human understanding and human reasoning. Many years ago, when I was trying to think what I should be a military personnel or not, knowing what direction I will go and finish school, and therefore with some of these guys that went into the military, and one day they said, if you can challenge your officer, you challenge the officer, what the officer have to do, what he tell you to do. So you say, officer, I would like you to make sure you do a demonstration for me, please. What does that mean? If the officer tell you to do 50 push-up, he must able to do 50 push-up. And therefore, I put that into context tonight, that God didn't only talk of time, he fit himself into time, even though he is time. And he also helped us to know that he chronicled time. So for those who are pictogram learners, he helped us to understand he fit himself into the time schedule in terms of painting what the world was. So in the East, we can have a pictogram of what the world was. So therefore, he helped us to to understand on the first day, oh yes, this is what it was. And this is how he chronicles in the building of the world, not without form and without void, because he had a time schedule, and time was of utmost importance for him. Coming down into salvation with the salvific message, with the salvation purpose, we also know how he skillfully crafted time, that we understand that Jesus, the Son of God, and Jesus is God, even though he died at 33, he helped us to understand in his lifespan and schedule, with time being paramount, we understand that 3 years of ministry out of Jesus' 33 lives, years of his lifespan. So time is very much important. So let no one tell you that you are control of time. Let no one tell you that you can buy time. They're wasting your resources, and they're insulting your intelligence, because time is a currency with no exchange. So therefore they can put it in the context you're a postponer and you feel you've achieved being a postponer, or be a delayer, that you feel that you have achieved from buying time. You cannot buy time. Time forever will be running. You may have your results from your delay tactic. You may have your results from being a postponer, but the time of the time is continue running, and is running chronologically. So therefore tonight I want us to understand that you and I cannot buy time. We were taught, as I said, by culture, and we want to let to believe sometimes, and culture can mold and shape us into falsity that bring false outcomes in our lives. And therefore we tell that we have so many times to make decisions and to make so many things that are very potent. And let's understand how God is so much spot on, how the fingers of God on the pulse of humanity. Oh yes, with man with the fingers of responsibility, in the interest of tonight's topic, in time and to be spot on. What God says, he said, today is the day of salvation. Today is the day of salvation. He made the importance of the time that you have now. The time that is now. Don't put off for tomorrow. He know that tomorrow will come, because you have no control over tomorrow. But he want you to understand the importance of making decision, and decisions such as a critical one of your soul, critical one of your life. And that's why he said today is the day of salvation, because he put an importance on time, and he don't want it to be a postponer. He don't want it to be a delayer. And therefore in that context, what we were taught into the context of being a delayer, that we are winning in buying time, and being a postponer, that we are winning in buying time. It's a falsehood. Though it may yield something, but it's a falsehood in that context, that you have just bought time. You cannot buy time. Time cannot be bought. And Jesus said, today is the day of salvation. This is the hour to make this decision. He said, work while there is day. Come on, now we're dealing in the Bible. I'm coming in the book. Work while is day, when night come, when no man can work. Therefore, he chronicled even into time, when it's day and when it's going to be night. Go back to the preambles. He talk about the greater light and the lesser light. All come into the context of time. So therefore, you cannot allude to the fact that you have the ability to buy time. You cannot allude to the fact that time is under your subjection. That time have to wait on you, than you waiting on time, that you have to call time than time calling you. It's a falsehood. Do not put yourself into that casual way of thinking and casual way of dealing. I want you to be a critical thinker, and being a critical thinker is for you to embody outside of the box, going beyond the mundane, go beyond the ordinary, going beyond superficial of culture, but deeper into understanding that time has no exchange. So therefore, as we're talking about decision, there are bad decisions and there are good decisions, but every decision bears consequences. So we are dealing with the consequences of decision making. Whether it be bad, whether it be good, there are consequences to every decision you make. And in decision making, time play a very pivotal role. I want you to get me clear tonight, Gen Zs. I want you to get me clear tonight, millennials. I want you to get me clear tonight, grown and sexy. I want you to get me clear tonight, that in every decision you make, time is very much important. Whether it be positive, whether it be negative, whether it be good, whether it be bad, in every decision making, you have to come to understand the importance of the greater thing in the decision making is time. For example, let's deal with bad decision for a minute. You make a bad decision, whatever the decision was that you have made, whether it be emotionally, whether it be financially, whether it be psychologically, whether it be educationally, whether it be spiritually, you make a bad decision. And that decision you made have to come into the confines still in the running of time. So the time you are yielding in that decision that you are making that bears a bad connotation because it's bad, because it's it's a negative. Therefore, that decision are bearing something from you. And it's in time. So imagine you're losing what we call one in a bad decision you make. You're losing resources. What resources you're losing? You're losing sleep. That is a resources. That is a human resource that is much needed. So now a bad decision, you cannot sleep. Oh yes, you sleep deprived or sleep deprivation you're going through. And therefore you're suffering meltdown because of a bad decision. You go into overthinking, into overdriving. Your mental health is challenged. And what going on all in the confines of time, and time that cannot be replaced, time cannot be reclaimed, time cannot go, and you cannot go and get time from no one with powers, no one from authority, no one can go and give you back the balance of time. Oh, glory to God. I want you to understand. So these are coming up short in negative decision that you're making. You're losing in time with the bad decision. You are losing resources. I said financial resources. You're losing sleep deprivation, which is a human resources, which is a human element. You're using your mental health to cognitive or going because you cannot think the way you should think. And then you go into your emotional aspect because it's a bad decision you're making, losing time. Now your emotional or hormonal become imbalanced, and your mood start getting mood swings, and everything start going out of whack. But you're losing what we call time. You're losing time that cannot be reclaimed. So tonight you cannot buy time. I cannot buy time. No one cannot buy time. So in the time of the juncture that you have to make decision, and that's why the word of God bring us into the time factor and a place of acknowledgement that in all thy ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. So in decision making, there must be a direction to make certain decision, and poignant decision, there must be a direction that you have to make. This morning I had to go to Jefferson. Oh yes, I have to go to Jefferson this morning, which is an hour and something away from my home, and then therefore I made a bad turn and it cost me inside an hour. It cost me an hour and a half. Oh yes, to get to my destination. I lost time. I lost time. The time I should get there, I have lost that time, and that time will never reclaim. Coming back home from Jefferson, what a smooth flow. Oh yeah, but the time that I lost, the half an hour late, will never come back to my time clock of my life. Will never come back to a schedule that I can borrow and pay back. Oh yes, and pay back for that half an hour time that I've lost this morning. It is gone with the wind. It is gone with life. Oh yes, so therefore the decisions that we make, we have to make sure we are making wise and sober decision with our lives that bears with our resources. You may not lose financial resources in a bad decision. You may not lose sleep deprivation. But what about your mental health? Oh yes, what about the thing that you can use and put your energy into something else that will bring you great gain, but you cannot attend to that because it take away, oh yes, a time from you in terms of making that decision. Because of a bad decision, it takes away your time, your thinking pattern, knock you off your modus operandi, every other things that come up with the decision, and you're losing time. And to get back time, you cannot get back time. I remember we were studying EKG at Michael Powell, Lower Manhattan, West 30th Street. One of my fellow classmates, we were studying electrocardiogram EKG. And my fellow student says, I can't remember the really context, everything verbatimly of the conversation, but one of the things that stuck with me is that any bad decision you make, it takes you 10 years in America to really get yourself back on track. And she was talking about bad decision that bears the consequences, so you get back, or tell yourself that you back on schedule to get yourself together, your mental, your financial, your emotional, your rhythm, and every other thing. So imagine it taking 10 years to really be back up to par, up and running. What about that time that you have lost? It ain't coming back in you and I lifetime. And while you're waiting to get yourself back on track, you are losing time and those resources. So tonight I want us to really maximize in our decision making in the context of time. While we are walking with the wise, that we will be wise, and God's expectation to be wise short of the greatest resources, unlimited resources. Oh yes, in making decision within the factor of time. I want you to be very, 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 very to the 100 power of very in your decision making, taking time as a great factor of all the elements of your resources. And the time that you have lost, and the time that you will lose, and the time that you will continue to lose in your decision making, that will never come in you and I lifetime. We were taught culturally, opportunity lost can never regain. That is culture way. But God way is that now is the time to lay hold of opportunity, because when the opportunity is now, make use of the now. Today is the day of salvation. Now is the hour. Now is the moment, because the now is more important than the later. That's God's way. So culture way says opportunity lost can never regain. While the culture will tell you that, the culture will still give you an expectation that the opportunity will come back. God way is saying the opportunity is now. So in the interest of the important thing of our thesis surrounds tonight, our topic is that you and I cannot buy time. We all are coming up with great decisions that we have to make. Decision that garners the present, that have bearing in the future. And tonight we can't afford to play around with the decision that we have to make now, that will have bearing in the now and the future, in the context of resources. Time is very important. And I want us to be critical thinkers. Like a great tailor will tell you, he measured twice to cut once. Because he wants to save on his resources, meaning the cloth, the materials. Because if he cut once, if he cut twice, he's losing his resources. He's losing money, he's losing time. And he will lose customers too. So he rather measure twice, which is a minute of second, but he cut once so he can save on the resources. So you have to make sure that you're so much go over and peruse those thoughts in the decision making. Look in the angles that you should put into your lexicon, your mental real estate. Then you put your hand on the pulse of that decision so you can be very much a steward of time. taking into account your resources, financial resources, mental resources, sleep resources, your mental health resources, your health resources, and every other resources that governs your relationship structure, because relationship is also a part of resources, because every one of us are resourceful in some way. But if you make bad decision, it affects even your resources. It affects your structure. While time has just fled. I will never be 10 again. No matter how young I look, no matter how great I feel, I will never be 10 again. There will never be the year I was born will come back in my lifetime. Never. I will never go back to nursery school with a lunch kit with some juice and some crackers in my kit. I will never go back to write common entrance exam. So you have to make sure that you think and think constructively in the terms of making decision. Think of your resources in making those decisions. Think about the consequences and how consequential your decision that will affect your resources, and your resources that will be of the now and bearing in the future. So while we are journeying, we have to be cognizant of time. Let's shift gears into positive decisions. Making positive decisions, it helps you to maximize on time. It helps you to maximize on resources. It helps you to understand when you make positive decision, all the importance of time that you can able to deal with the resources that has been entrusted in you, that you can able to even bring greater dividends of those resources. What are those resources you're talking about, SGGR? I'm glad you asked. The resources we're talking are financial resources. One, they will go and bring company, because now you have the resources of a great mental health. You can able to think, you can able to dream, you can able to embody it, you can able to do so much, because now you make right decision. You can able to make sure that you're not sleep deprived. You can able to be on 10. You can able so much you can able to do when you make right decision. And concurrently, as time is running, you can able to build generational wealth, generational legacy. You can able to grow your environment and grow your relationships and so on, because relationship, as we said, is resources. And there is no greater blessing than blessing coming on two legs. Whether you like it or not, God used two legs to bless humanity. It comes through somebody will bring the blessing to your door. You may say, no, it came with a truck. Oh yes, somebody drove that truck. Well, now you may say, yes, they have truck that are operating without a driver, or you may say they have train that are driving without a motorman. I know I drove in those trains just a few weeks ago. I was in a train with no motorman. Yes, I understood that, and I never went into a car with no driver, but I understand that there is. But there is somebody still controlling the element of even down to the chip. Someone is controlling, whether it be by computer or by a software, there. So there still need human element in some part of the juncture. And because someone, is able to make right decisions, they're able to dream well. They're able to make sure that they're making right decision. And because of their right decision, they can able to garner more human resources. And because of human resources, they are continuum, they are continuity, they are even into greater trajectory. Oh yes, because sometimes you make bad decisions, even though time has slipped away. But if you don't able to pull your resources together at an opportune time, like my classmate says, it sometimes takes 10 years. Some people have never recovered. Some people have never recovered from making bad decisions because their resources went and never came back. I'm talking about the human resources. And that's why some people, they never get better. They stay bitter. Oh, yes. That's why some people, they never trusting. They stay untrusting. That's why some people, they never forgiving. They stay unforgiving because the human health and the human resources was challenged. Oh, yes. And because of that, they never went to the juncture to really to get back those resources. Like, for example, case in point, biblical realistic living. Let me put this into context also, using Peter and using Judas. Oh yes, in terms of being resources and resourceful, Judas betrayed the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. All right, but the human resources is that Judas lost his human resources. He lost his mental health because he cannot think from the moment he commit Jesus into the hands of sinful men. So Judas could not have sleep anymore. Judas' resources of his conscience left him because he cannot look. He betrayed an innocent man, yet smiling with him, yet hugging him, yet looking at him. He cannot deal with self. And that is what the worst thing is, when you cannot deal with self. And you have to make sure that decisions bears consequences. And in the entrance of time, that Judas recognized that Jesus tell him all about his timetable and so on, because there was the 12 disciples to do continuity and continuum of running the affairs of the kingdom, because he came to salvage mankind. He came to make sure that he bring restoration, he brings salvation, and he will be there for 3 years, and they will be the one that are carrying on. So he take time to mentor, to teach, to nurture, and everything he gives to them. And therefore Judas knew the time frame that Jesus had, and therefore he look what he has done. He cannot live with self. So he have lost in a bad decision. He's lost his human resources. He can't sleep. So the best way for him to do, not only losing the time, because this man, have a short time, and he think therefore he's betrayed this man into sinful hands. Oh yes, this man is betrayed this man. Oh yes, even though he made the work of Jesus Christ to the cross the way it should be, unscheduled, but therefore Judas recognized no time can reclaim the relationship that he and Jesus once had. There's no time in that 3 years, because this man has a tight schedule. This man got to make sure he heal the blind. Oh yes, make the dumb to speak, the lame to walk. Make sure he turn water into wine and multiply loaves and fishes. Make sure you go to Capernaum. Make sure you go to all the different far-fetched places, and make sure you teach them all. You have to teach them the strategy and the tactic and everything. You have to teach them worship. You have to teach them to understand the word. You have to teach them the prophetic. All this in 3 years. So you recognize there's no time in these 3 years now. I can have one. How many one-on-one I will have with Jesus to win back Jesus' confidence? He recognized that the resource of time is not on his side. There would not be much time for one-on-one with Jesus. And I want to tell you something. When you are gifted, you are open up to more opportunity. The more gifted you are, is the more opportunity you're open up to. The more gifted you are, is the more you will be called upon. The more gifted you are, is the more pathways will be open unto you. So Jesus is the Son of God, and he is gifted in all areas. He has the fivefold ministry in him. That's why Jesus healed. That's why Jesus teach. Jesus preach. Jesus suspend the law of gravity. Because all everything in compilation is in him. So therefore, he has been pulling in all angle, and therefore there won't be much one-on-one for Judas, and Judas recognized that. So Judas lost time, cannot gain back that time, cannot gain back God's trust and confidence and so on, because time is not on his side. He committed suicide. Peter, Peter denied Christ. But Peter recognized that while I deny Jesus Christ, I am making sure I'm not waiting for one-on-one. You see, Judas was waiting for a one-on-one which the time does not permit. You see, when you are small, when you have the potential and the bird's eye view of you taking off, you got to maximize while you are small. You got to maximize while you're on the ground as an eaglet before you become an eagle. Because when you become the eagle, you have the whole world to fly to. But while the eaglet, you're confined to a space. And therefore, when you're confined to a space, anyone can touch you easily. But while you are up, oh yes, to the whole world, anyone and everyone cannot touch you. Oh yes, because now you are more demand. You are in a higher demand. And therefore, Peter recognized, hey, I don't have to wait because now at this juncture, I am in more demand now because Jesus is about to give a few more messages and head to the cross. And I know he's going to be busy. I'm not looking for a one-on-one. I'm going to create my one-on-one. You see, sometimes you got to let people know I'm preparing you for mega. I'm preparing you for greater. I'm preparing you for bigger. Use this insignificant moment while you are with me. Glean from me. Learn from me. Nurture with me. Befriend me. Let me pour into you. You pour into me. So when you get bigger, you can able to understand from whence you came, and you can start on a good marker. You can start on a good foundation. You can stand on good principles. You can stand on good truth. You can stand ready to run and run with integrity, run with character. You can able to run understanding the time. Oh yes, so therefore Peter said, I'm waiting for no one-on-one. Peter went out, he wept, and in the weeping, he had his one-on-one moment with himself. Oh, and what a one-on-one, he is talking about his resources, and the resources of his mental health, the resources, oh yes, of his mind, the resources of his thoughts. He did with the resources that left him, and therefore with that one-on-one, he was able to be restored. Because time wasn't on Peter's side. Waiting for Jesus said, Peter, I need a one-on-one with you. That's why sometimes, let me come to leadership. You didn't maximize that your leaders while they were small. They're waiting to pour into you. But you take your leaders for granted. You take your leaders insignificant and so on. But when God has elasticized and God has stretched and God has opened doors to your leaders, you get revolving door, automatic door, and sliding door, and all these doors has opened to your leaders. And your leaders cannot have one-on-one with you like once were. You now upset and you start to propagate a narrative. And the narrative that you're propagating is not truth, but because of your present, it led to believe that your narrative is true, that your leader are too busy for you, your leader don't have time for you. But you need to understand, while your leader was small, you didn't maximize at that time. Why Judas, when Jesus chose Judas at that moment, in coming to the critical juncture, he should have made use of the one-on-one moment that he had with Jesus. Oh yeah, Peter maximized those moments, and therefore Peter understand that Jesus is getting to the mega, he is getting to the grand finale. Let me deal with me, myself, and I, and therefore I will maximize on my human resources. And sometimes, and then, I don't go to this church, don't go to that place. I sick, nobody call me. This, nobody come and see. But you didn't recognize that once your leader are gifted and talented, your leaders are anointing, they cannot attend to you. Let me show some Bible here. The word of God even come to the man with that kind of casual thinking. Can you see that the ministry is growing and you still serving tables? You still cannot want us to serve tables when we have to tend to a growing church, a growing congregants, a growing nation call, a growing call of our society, a growing call of our tribe, a growing call of our community, a growing call where mental health is on the rise, bullying is on the rise, suicide is on the rise, divorce is on the rise, abuse is on the rise, so much is on the rise. And sometimes you are there and you're complaining that we should go back to one-on-one. Yes, Jesus leave the 99. You want to come to me and go after the one. But while Jesus go after the one, he leave the 99. The 99 was already at that time fortified. The 99 was at that time strengthened. The 99 at that time were ready up and running to go. So when he went back to the one, is the one who was also showed in themselves. He could not have go back to Judas because Judas hang himself. Judas hang himself. Judas hang himself because he lose his own human resources. resources, and he could not have dealt with the resources that he have lost. While we are making decision in this life, in the interest of time, you have to study every decision that you are making, the benefactors of the decision that you are making, in the interest of time, in the interest of your human resources. Once again, Judas lost his human resources. He gained money. Yes, granted, that is one part. He gained in the old human resources. He got the money, but he loses mental health. He loses integrity. He loses character. He has sleep deprivation. Come on, somebody. Oh yes, he lost his conscience. Oh, and he lose those resources. And because he lost those resources, now someone lost a father, someone lost a grandfather, someone lost a uncle, someone lost a cousin in the person of Judas. Oh, sometimes you got to understand, while you are making decision with the interest of time that is at hand, you have to think of the beneficiary. You have to think of the benefactor. You got to think of the far-fetched that you're going to fall, because the word of God said, in the interest of time, in continuity and continuum, he said the sins of the father. Oh yes, you don't want to hear this, but you're going to hear it tonight. From the first to the third generation, we're talking about the decision that you are making, and not only in bad condensation decision, in good condensation decision, is going from the first to the third generation. And then we talk about generational health, generational wealth. We talk posterity. We have to make sure that we are point on making decision. Make sure you lock yourself with your mental real estate. Think of making the decision that you will not lose the most important thing of your human resources. There's a song that says, I ain't hear it in a long time, if I had it to do all over again. This is someone went into recollection mode. If I had it to do all over again, I will serve Jesus every day of my life. And that person at that juncture, I can guess that they're saying they cannot get back those days that they had many moons ago. And they're at this place. If I had it to do, the word of God says, serve the Creator in the days of thy youth. So time is very important. And coupled with time is your resources. Again, you're thinking about your thinking pattern, your thinking processing, your modus operandi, your mental real estate. You have to do with your decision making. And with your decision making, the interest of time, you're losing your resources or you're gaining your resources. Self-created days are youth, while the evil days come not, and the year draw nigh. And because you're making right decision, and you're making decisions, and you're gaining and you're garnering, oh yes, and you're able, oh yes, to make sure that your resources are multiplying. God has given you the ability to get wealth, and sometimes we think the wealth is only about money. Money is one factor that God gives you the ability to get, but He gives you the ability to manage and to get wealth on your mental real estate. To get wealth, oh yes, in every facet and faculty of your life. All in compilation is the wealth of the Lord. Come on, somebody. Oh yes, He said, give your beloved song sleep. That is a part of the wealth for the child of God. Oh yes, He has given you dreams and vision. It's a part of dreams and vision. Everything comes from a dream and a vision. Somebody had a dream, somebody had a vision. That's why I have this microphone. That's why I have this road board. That's why I have these computers. That's why I have the light. That's why I have this room. That's why I have the speakers. Come on, that's why I have the car to drive. Somebody had a dream. Somebody had a vision and went into operational it and put legs to it, and therefore now it's to fruition. Somebody made this shirt that I'm wearing. So I want you to make sure that in your decision making, in the interest of time, I want you to be great steward of thinking. So Judas have suffered not only for himself of the decision that he make. He cannot get back those time. Now tonight is the time. Make that decision. Let tonight be a night I can make a decision. I want that encounter. I want that infilling. I want that touch of God. I want the wisdom of God. You see, when God put Solomon into the humanistical frame of mind to think as a human, and God, knowing all things, but yet in the context with the audience, he shocked the human element of humanity. I didn't think Seon Gregory Gomes Rodney would have answered the way how Solomon answered to. I'm for real. I am not fully over culture. And put me in Solomon, I probably would have asked for a ride of the day. I'm for real. I'm talking about me no about nobody else. I probably would have asked, no, Seon would have asked a ride of the day. Seon would have asked a little blind some money. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is not asking for handouts or anything like that. This is God asking me. Yeah, is that? Like my father, Quincy Adolphus Gome, he know when I call him dad and when I call him Quince. I normally call my father Quince. But you see when I threw in and they put him in a little singing voice like, "Hi dad, what's up?" He don't know it's something I need. Because it's two different voice, two different name. So I know if God had asked me in space of Solomon. But what Solomon did that shocked the culture of humanity, that gave me wisdom. You see, wisdom is to know, knowledge is to apply. So we all know. But then we need wisdom to even go further in our knowing. Then the Bible said, the word of God said, if you lack knowledge, you ask. Why you need to ask after you know? Because so you can understand to apply. So Solomon garnered the wealth where God said he gave you the power to get wealth, because Solomon asked for knowledge. So he would not know, he don't want to be dependent, he want to be independent. And the decision that Solomon went into asking for knowledge, he asked for knowledge and then for wisdom to know and to understand, to apply. So when you know and you understand how to apply, you are the richest and the wealthiest person, because now you name of the man of wisdom. Wisdom literature. So the man lecturing himself in wisdom, the man lecturing himself in understanding, and therefore it went even further afield. Because he understand at that moment, this is the only time this man may get for ask me this question, you know. Some people only one time just get to ask them a question. Only one time. You may not get a second and a third time. Some Solomon say, hey, this man asking me this thing, boy. But if I ask this man and this thing run out, this man may not answer my email. This man will answer my phone call, must send my text message. I never see you with a computer. Hey, let me ask this man for one thing, wisdom. So if he give me the money, I can make 10 times the money. So let me ask this man for wisdom. Solomon better than I do. But at this juncture, to emulate something from Solomon, and he's asking now for wisdom. And I'm only asking for wisdom, asking how to apply the wisdom through the word of God. Not to sound intellectual, biblically, educationally, not to sound smarter, but the wisdom and to apply wisdom for the calling. That's it. So we can defy culture. So tonight in closing, time can never be bought. Time can never be bought. You can never win on time. but you can be on time. And even you think that so smarter you can be than smart. God help us to understand. One day is like 1 year with him, and 1 year with him is like 1 day with us. So we cannot put it into human matrix where God is on time, because he is time, he controls time, but he wants us to be on point in the time which he gives to us, while he is still on point with he being time. When Melchizedek meet the man of God, the king of Salem, which is the protege of God, the first protege ever mentioned of God. What he said, the king of Salem, which is the protege of God. He said, without mother and father. What's the next thing he said? Come on, Bible geek, come over. He said, without beginning of life and ending of life. Without time, beginning of time and ending of time. Without beginning of life and ending of life. The king of Salem, the protege of Jesus. We cannot win and think we can have a monopoly on time. Never let no one tell you, being a postponer, you win time. Be a delay or you win in time. You may have an outcome, but you didn't win on time. With that being said tonight, I love you. Christ loves you best. Make the greatest decision that you have to make while you're sojourning in this life decision-making journey. Take into account the time. Take into account the human resources that comes with the decision that you have to make tonight. See you tomorrow. Same place, same time, with SGGR and Apostle J.D. Prasad with our pet talk about your calling. Tomorrow night, we're sitting down with the family and we're having that pep talk about your calling.
Wake up, feel the light, a brand new day in sight. Conversations that uplift, setting your dreams alight. Mindset shifts, empowering quotes, fueling your fire, keeping you afloat. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is value, giving you more. Join the conversation, every word counts. Motivation matters in large amounts. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is value, giving you more. Join the conversation, every word counts. Motivation matters in large amounts. Uplifting chats, start your day, guiding you gently, showing the way. Empowering words, a soothing balm. In our platform, find your calm. Mindset shift, embrace the change. Stay inspired, let your goals arrange. Daily motivation, your daily lift. You got this, embrace the gift. Hashtag shift, embrace the change. Stay inspired, let your goals arrange. That's the daily motivation, your daily lift. You got this, embrace the gift. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is value, giving you more. Join the conversation, every word counts. Motivation matters in large amounts. wake up, feel the light, a brand new day in sight. Conversations that uplift, setting your dreams alight. Mindset shifts, empowering quotes, fueling your fire, keeping you afloat. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is value, giving you more. Join the conversation, every word counts. Motivation matters in large amounts. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is value, giving you more. Join the conversation, every word counts. Motivation matters in large amounts. Uplifting chats, start your day, guiding you gently, showing the way. Empowering words, a soothing balm. In our platform, find your calm. Mindset shift, embrace the change. Stay inspired, let your goals arrange. Daily motivation, your daily lift. You got this, embrace the gift. Hashtag shift, embrace the change. Stay inspired, let your goals arrange. That's the daily motivation, your daily lift. You got this, embrace the gift. Stay inspired daily, let your spirit soar. Our love language is